essentials. What does the foundation of your everyday carry system rely on? For mine, that is easily answered by a belt. Okay? I have owned 2 of the core essential belts. I have the other one on me now. This is their dress buckle that I was sent out by Core Essentials, and I've had yet to do a review because I wanted to do a full 6-month review on both of these products. Not because I was skeptical about both the products, I just wanted a definitive outlook and perspective to give the world, because this is a very positively reviewed belt. But not only that, I just wanted to have a good feel of the product before I put out any information. Reputation is a thing. So let's start off by the company. So Core Essentials is a company that makes belts that are based upon everyday carry. Now, this right here, as you guys can see, this is a dress belt, and it's not your regular dress belt, right? So there's your cowboy leather belt, right? As you can see, if you squeeze the leather together, it'll just go right into whatever mold you put it into. With some cheap belts from Amazon, and you can tell this thing is super flimsy, right? This thing and the leather belt doesn't really hold too much weight at all. While these belts are stiff. Not stiff to where they're uncomfortable, but they're load-bearing belts is what I'm trying to get at. And the innovative part about the belts is they have the ratcheting system inside the belts that give you, I believe it's 1/4 inch increments every click of the belt. So if you listen, that gives you the perfect fit. And I don't know about you guys, but for my body type, I'm a little bit thicker than the average. I'm not a super slim dude, so when it comes to belts like this, it's hard to get that perfect fit every time with like a leather belt. Or for my exact situation, I had an alien gear belt that I used for literally almost like 10 years, and my son ended up taking the buckle off, and I've had yet to wear it. I actually reached out to Core Essentials to see if they'd send me one out, not only because I wanted to do a review on it, but I also needed the belt too, and they were nice enough to send me 2 of them. So they're load-bearing everyday carry belts. Now, how big of a load do the belts carry? Now, let's get into my everyday carry. Alright, so every day of the week, I am always equipped with my concealed carry firearm. We are safe and clear. This is my carry pistol though, so I'm going to put it back in its holster. This is a KGS inside the waistband holster. That's my pistol. You guys might laugh at this, but I also conceal carry a tomahawk. This is my Wingar Wearables Empress. Look at this beautiful patina on this thing. Just an absolute beauty of a everyday carry piece. So we carry a tomahawk, and I also carry a multi-tool on my hip. So it's not, what I have right here isn't the most, it's not the heaviest of kit, but it does hold a pretty decent amount of weight for the things that I mindlessly carry, such as my concealed carry pistol, my tomahawk, and my Leatherman. Okay? Now, what is the more heavier stuff that I carry? Now, this is my baby right here. This is my 6-hour P226 Legion. If you guys are not aware, that we're clear and safe. But if you guys are not aware, this pistol is a heavy piece of tool. I believe naked without a light. It's somewhere around like 38 to 40 ounces. With a magazine and a flashlight, she's probably pushing at least 45 ounces. So it's not light by any stretch of the imagination. Now, this is carried a lot. I love carrying this pistol and I love training with this pistol. So that's another thing that goes on. And actually, I'll show you guys on the hip what it looks like. So when I have a heavy pistol, such as the 226 Legion, you see there's no sag at all. Even if we do a little bit of bouncing, it stays perfectly to your hip. You can get a smooth draw every time. This belt is just simply amazing. I love this thing. Now, besides those two pistols, another way that I carry my pistol is on a drop leg system. This is an Alien Gear Cloak Mod swivel drop leg holster. This holster is pretty sweet. It swivels with your body, but anyways, it goes onto your belt, clips to your thigh, and it's not heavy by any means, but the Core Essentials belt just excels in holding anything. That's what I'm trying to get at. These belts are just literally the best belts. Now, I'm not just saying that because the belts are sent out to me. These belts are simply amazing. Okay, so as for the pistols that I carry, it's always my Legion or my Glock. The carry systems that I use are the outside the waistband for the Legion, the inside the waistband for the Glock, and also an outside the waistband thigh holster. This is a Cloak Mod swivel drop leg holster from Alien Gear. Now, all the things that I have put onto this belt is a fixed blade knife. Really, my everyday carry. It doesn't really rotate, but some days I feel like carrying a fixed blade, and sometimes I feel like carrying my tomahawk. So we go through carrying a fixed blade. More recently, I've been favoring the tomahawks. These things just give you a certain feeling of comfort, I guess. Gives you fuzzies, I guess. This tomahawk's amazing. But we got the fixed blade, the tomahawk, carrying my Leatherman with the extra bits on it on my 1791 EDC holster. Now, another piece of kit that I am always carrying is my 1791 large flex organizer. Now, this is how I start my morning off. So because it has the loop for the flashlight, see, my flashlight is right here. I carry my Leatherman in the little pocket right here, and usually I can fit a fixed blade right there or an additional pocket knife, and that's usually what I keep in here. I usually keep my Benchmade mini barrage in here, but that's what I start my morning off with, is with the 1791 large flex organizer. And then as the sun comes up and I'm working more in direct light, I guess, that's when I switch it over to this guy. I really favor carrying this over the large flex organizer because I don't know, this is more of what I use. Now, as I go through all that gear, this belt has just excelled in carrying whatever I put on it. Majority of the years, for the past 10 years, I've been carrying on an Alien Gear belt that's leather, a little more thick than this, but as I said, that's been gone, and I've been wearing this for the last 6 months. Let's get into the durability of the belts. Now, I'll be completely honest with you guys. This belt has only been worn probably twice. I don't really dress up too much in really any time of the year, unless I want to be annoying and I want to wear a suit to the mall or to go out or eat or whatever. But majority of my time has been spent with this beautiful thing. And ever since I had seen this belt, I knew I needed it. Now, I've literally wore it. If you guys don't know, I'm a trash man, so I wore it driving a truck every day. And there's almost no sign of wear on this belt. This belt is freaking amazing. I love this thing with all my heart. The only pet peeve I have, and it was only at the beginning when I first owned it, when you slide the belt on your body through your loops of your pants, you gotta slide this piece of nylon over the excess. Now, it could have been my fault with cutting the belt a little bit too long, or I'm sorry, a little bit too short, but I don't know, that's my only gripe about the belt. But really, you get used to it. And the reason why I would get irritated with it is because when I take my belt off my pants, I lost this thing like 2 or 3 times. And it took me, it's just like training. You got to train for what you wear or what you use every day. What I was doing is I was taking the belt off, right? And as I would pull it, I'm used to just pulling my belt to get it off, pulling it through the loops. And what was happening is I'd pull the belt and this nylon piece would stay, boom, and then I'd lose it. I got it back every time, so I mean, it was just a piece that I had to get used to wearing, but that's my only negative thing to say about this belt. This belt has been everything that a belt should be. Simply put, guys, if you're going from a cheap Amazon belt or just a regular leather belt, these Core Essential belts will fulfill a need that you didn't know was there. So let's go over how the Core Essential belt works, right? So if you look at the bottom, there is a lever, and I'll get you guys a close-up. If you guys look, there is a lever on the bottom of the belt. You simply pull that forward and it releases the belt. Okay? Now, same thing when you go in, the 1/4 inch clicks, right? So let's go over the construction of the belt. Now, if you guys look, there is the 2 bolts two screws that hold the belt into place, and then it also has a sort of like claw that digs into the latches, the 1/4 inch ratcheting system. Now you can just feel when you guys get these belts in the mail, they're just super quality. Now, with all the belts, any belt that you get, to my knowledge, you cut to size, right? Make sure you guys follow the instructions because you don't want to cut it too short. I don't think I cut mine too short, but I feel like I could either cut some more off, or I could have left it longer to reach all of my belt loops. That way I'm not having to constantly tug it into this piece of nylon. But these belts are just simply amazing. Definitely a game changer in the belt world. Now, mind you, I don't have too much experience with too many everyday carry belts, I guess you want to say. All I've had experience with is the Alien Gear and the 511 Tactical. That's for the everyday carry belts. If I would have known to just spend the money and snatch up a couple of these, I would have 10 years ago, or I guess for however long the company's been open. But that has been my experience with the Core Essential belts. Now, how you receive these belts is pretty awesome. Now, you'll get them in a box, and they come super, super nicely organized. I promise you guys, I kept the box, but I did not communicate it to my wife to not throw it away. So she threw it away, I don't know, however many months ago. But these belts are essential. Now, as I said, the only gripe was initially the nylon hold down, but besides that, guys, for me being a garbage man, wearing these belts for anywhere from 9 hours to 14 hours a day, and now that I'm coaching baseball, it's been roughly like 17 hours a day. these belts are just amazing. You guys need to give them a try. Reach out to them and just look at their website. I'll make sure I link it in the description. I won't get paid off of this. I won't get any sort of commission. They simply just sent the belts out, and that was it. Now, you guys have any questions for me? Make sure you leave them in the comments, and I always make sure to get back to everybody. So, you guys have any comments? Make sure you guys leave them in the comments below, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care.